Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you, for a little bit. I'm with you for a little bit. How's everybody doing? Everybody having a good day? Enjoying your day? Man, I've been out in that sun. I've been out in that sun. It's we skipped over a whole season. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. We done skipped a whole season. It's going back to like regular spring temperatures coming up, but it felt pretty good out there. Felt pretty good out there. I almost didn't, I almost didn't. I was at work, and typically I'm at work, I'm in the studio, all of that kind of stuff. But today I was let's just say on site. I was outside in the hot sun, standing around waiting for stuff to happen. And it's just the way things go. Just the way things go. So I was hot, and then I was like, man, I still didn't cut my grass. It's not like super high or nothing like that. Because again, I told y'all yesterday the whole issue with the grass. So I still haven't gotten out there and cut it yet. But it's at the point where I need to cut it. I need to cut it. So, but other than that, I hope everything is good for everybody. Hope everything is good for everybody. Um, I'll go through and say my hellos because that's what I do. The sun has taken a lot of my energy, just sucked the energy out of me. Oh, by the way, I probably will shut it down today. Definitely at 5 o'clock, like not 5:07, not 50, because I have somewhere to be by 5:30, which is horrible that people keep making stuff at 5:30 because that means it's rush hour. I get out, go into rush hour traffic to get somewhere, where if it wasn't rush hour, it'd take me 10 minutes to get there. But because it is rush hour, it takes me 30 minutes to get there because, it's more people on the road and people can't drive. So just so you know, we're going to be out today. We're going to be out today when it's time to get out. Let me do my hellos. Robert. Hello, Robert. Good afternoon. Got Terry in the house. Good afternoon, Terry. Representing downtown. Anthony, the hater from Clifton. I saw you hating. I saw you hating on Wyatt's show. It's not 3:45. In. he was hating. I saw the hating. David. Good afternoon. Myosha. Good afternoon, Myosha. Sea Breezy. Or is that just Sea Breeze? Sea Breeze. Representing Boston. Let me see. Preston's representing I-75. Can't beat that. Somebody got to represent it. Good afternoon. Butler Brown in Cartersville, Georgia. Good afternoon. Hold on, let me see. I gotta keep that right there. Good afternoon. Got Nick in the house, Nick Brown, representing beautiful Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Maria, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon, Maria. Good afternoon. We got David in the house representing Westchester. Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon. Brent representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Myosha says it's going to be cold this weekend. Okay. I don't like cold, but that's okay. It's kind of that time. We got Regina. Good afternoon, Regina. Good afternoon. Hope everything's going good with you. T. Mikey G. Representing Avondale, working from home. Can't beat working from home. You can't beat it. Let me see. David. Oh, he's talking to my OSHA. Phyllis. Phyllis, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Phyllis. Thank you for checking us out. Nate. Nate. We beating up on Marquetta today, or was she decimated enough? We didn't agree. I'm not beating up on nobody. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. We had a disagreement, and then she showed me the error of my ways. I'm one of those people who listen and learn. I don't believe ever too big to learn. So I listened, I learned some stuff, and I altered my point of view. That's what conversation is all about. That's what it's all about. Scott. Good afternoon, Scott. He's representing San Francisco. All right. Andrea in the house. Good afternoon, Andrew, representing downtown. We got Vanessa in the house. Good afternoon, Vanessa. Good afternoon. Ron. Ron in the house. What's up, Ron? What's up, Ron? Nate says he and child number 5 are checking in from Romulus, Michigan. Did I say that right? They're representing Michigan. Romulus, Michigan. Now, child number 5. I don't know if that's the good one or the bad one. No, I'm just playing. Got to love the nieces. Why they don't ever chime in? Like under their own accounts. They got accounts. They can chime in. What's up with that? Let's see. Pamela, good afternoon, representing North Avondale. Got Valerie, representing Westwood. Good afternoon, Pamela and Valerie. Let me see. Myosa says, is anybody's feed going in and out, or is it just me? That's a good question. Is anybody's feed going in and out? Because if things ain't right, tell me so I can fix them. We got DeWanda in the house. Good afternoon, DeWanda. Good afternoon. Diane says she's checking in from Covington. All right. Representing Covington. We got Vincent representing Middletown. Vincent representing Middletown. Let me move that. Got my headphones. I had to move them because they were sitting right there, so they was in the shot, and I didn't move them all the way. All right. So Vincent representing Middletown. Thank you, Vincent, for checking us out. Let's see. Cindy, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Cindy. Lewis representing Sharonville. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon. Dwayne, of course, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. We got John Davison or Blade or Boost or what he called himself, Scooby Dooby the other day or whatever. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Blade. We don't even really know his real name. We don't know his real name. But good afternoon to you. Thank you for checking out the show. Tria, good afternoon. She's representing Columbia Township. We got Twin in the house. Twin say, what's good, little man? Looking like your Uncle Perm in a suit? I don't even understand what that means. What does that mean? And you only 2 inches taller than me. You only 2 inches taller. Annette, good afternoon. I didn't see you on there. I see you talking to rich people. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta rub elbows with rich people sometimes. Brenda representing Fairfield. What's up? Good afternoon. Twin says he is representing Kroger in Finneytown. All right. Got LaDonna the hater. Hater LaDonna. What, you thought I didn't see the hate? You thought I didn't see the hate? I saw the hate on Wyatt. I saw it. But thanks for checking us out anyway. Um, we got, let me see. I think that's about it. We got, everybody, yeah, I, I don't know. Ibadathia? Ibadathia? I don't know. I'm sorry. But thank you for checking out the show. Thank you for checking out the show. Blaze says, put some respect on my name with some extra spaces in there. Why? Just for me, just for my knowledge. Why do you put extra spaces and unnecessarily capitalized stuff? Why do you do that? And that's not a function of like talk to text, because when you talk into text, they don't put extra spaces in there, and they don't just capitalize stuff willy-nilly. You're literally typing this stuff in one way or the other. Why? Why the extra spaces? Why capitalization when it's not necessary? Why the extra periods? Why? Why? I don't understand. I just want to understand. Let's see. Jerica in the house. Good afternoon, Jerica. Good afternoon. City said he's slow. I don't understand. I just don't understand. KCB sending a friendly hello from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Appreciate you checking us out. Rick in the house. Picking the granddaughter up from Winton Woods School. I didn't Winton Woods, I'm sure you meant. See, that's an honest mistake, like a typo. Like, oh, I didn't hit the D, or, you know, what? Oh, I didn't like the way that sounded. But, you know, you forgot to type a letter. That's an honest mistake. No extra spaces, it's capitalizing stuff out of nowhere. Bats can't see very well, so they capitalize everything. I just don't understand why he does it. Why? It's almost like you have to intentionally do it. Yeah, when I said it, I didn't, and when it, but I wasn't thinking about it because I was looking at, and I know what letter in the word was missed. And I didn't like the way that sound. Like, even that, what your point, homie, period. Is that a question? Shouldn't that be a question mark at the end? And shouldn't it be an S on what? So what's your point? Not what your point, homie. Like, that's not a text to type, talk to text thing. It's not. But anyway, okay, enough of that. So what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. Day 2 of the trial. I haven't heard anything about the trial. I have not been in front of a computer. I've not been able to do anything. I had to be at work early, so I didn't really get much chance to, check out the news. What is going on? And today was one of them days where I had to come right in and run downstairs. They say Trump was falling asleep the other day. Can I just say, I feel like I'm defending Trump a lot lately, but I just want everybody to be reasonable. He's a horrible human being. But he like 77. What 77-year-old just sit up all day and, watch a court proceeding and don't fall asleep? They call him Sleepy Don. I'm not defending, I like all of the stuff because he liked to take shots at people and create little schoolyard bully names and stuff like that. So I'm not saying don't tease him about it. But I am saying it's kind of reasonable that an almost 80-year-old man can't sit in court for hours and hours and hours on end and not fall asleep. That's kind of reasonable. I think I might even, well, no, probably not. But I could see a lot of people just sitting in court through jury selection, kind of nodding off. I could see that. Yeah, Don Snorleone was. I could see that. But I believe, I've said this, if he's found guilty of anything, it'll be the misdemeanor of like falsifying the records and all of that kind of stuff. That's what it'll be. That's just my prediction. I'm not saying that's the only thing he's guilty of. That's my prediction, is that's what he'll be found guilty of. That's what he'll be found guilty of. Did anybody see the WNBA draft last night? Show of hands. Show of hands. I know I'm a little bit behind, so I have to wait. I have to stall for the show of hands. Did anybody see the WNBA draft last night? Thumbs up if you did. Thumbs down if you didn't. Lonzo says no. Anybody? Anybody? Nope. Ed says nope. Robert Willis, nope. Pamela watched the first 10 selections. Preston watched until Reese was selected. Jason says nope. Pamela says okay. Lewis says nope. LaDonna says no. So y'all was not watching the WNBA draft. Cindy says nope. I'm shocked. Didn't know it was on till today. I'm shocked. Casey says no. Phyllis says yes. Because they keep telling me, I keep hearing that, what's her name? Caitlin Clark has single-handedly saved the WNBA. And everybody was watching. I didn't watch. But apparently everybody else was watching. And only watching because of Caitlin Clark. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they tell you. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on women's basketball. I can't watch it. Every once in a while, I go back and try. Every once in a while, I go back and I try to watch it. And it's just not good to me. I can't watch it. I mean, like, if I knew somebody, I'd watch it and support my person. You know. Like, that's my niece. That's my cousin. You know, I would watch it. Just for that. But other than that, just like to sit down and watch basketball, I try. And I mean, I'll try it at some point during the upcoming WNBA season. I'll give it a shot. But I just never can make it through. Sometimes, and I'm going to get criticized for this. Nothing new about that. But sometimes I think they not that much better than me. Now they are. I'm sure they are. I'm 5'5". They be like 6'3", 6'8", so on and so forth. But I'm thinking, if I was 6'3" or 6'8", I'd be dunking. Y'all don't believe me, but I dunked at 5'5" back in the day. I only pulled it off once. I'm not lying. I only pulled it off once. But, so it ain't like I was just some consistent, and wasn't nobody guarding me. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to dunk. I got up there and off the tips of my finger, pushed it in. I wasn't grabbing on the rim and hanging it and, all of that kind of stuff. But, and I'm like, if I, Jericho, why you gotta be a hater? Why you gotta be a hater? That's some hater shit. I'm telling you, I dunked. Y'all don't have to believe me. I know. So I don't need y'all to believe me. But I don't need y'all to call me a liar. Say, I don't believe you. I can live with I don't believe you. But to act like I didn't do it? You don't know. You wasn't there. It was a regulation rim. I had hops. Why can't I dunk? Anyway, y'all trying to distract me. I know the trick. I know that trick. But if I was 6'3", 6'8", I would be dunking. I wouldn't be missing, but we call them bunnies. I wouldn't be missing bunnies. I wouldn't. So I'll be trying to watch it, and I'll be like, so I'm thinking, height to skill ratio, like they should be amazing out there. I know some dudes that's 6'3" that dunk with ease. I just can't. But the draft was there. Caitlin Clark single-handedly, she saved the WNBA. Look, they selling out games this year like you wouldn't believe. All because of Caitlin Clark. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay, probably not. They might have, at some point they might have some larger crowds. Because one of the things that is good is just hype. It's hype. And where people were mad, and they like, they manufacturing this rivalry, and this ain't no rivalry, and they this and they that, and they doing this and that. That's what you're supposed to do. When you watch the NBA, they market their stars. LeBron James and the Lakers versus Steph Curry and the Warriors. It's not just the Warriors versus this play-in game, Golden State and Sacramento. Oh, they already talking like, oh yeah, we got some get back from last year. You know what I'm saying? They eliminated them last year. Sacramento, like, we got to get some get back. Like, they ain't not saying this is a revenge game, but they kind of saying this is a revenge game. And Golden State, like, yeah, we know they going to want to get back, for last year. We eliminated them, da. You build up the story, and people will come and watch the story play out. It's the same thing with boxing. Oh, I don't like him. Oh, no, and they shoving each other at the stare down. The fact that they have a stare down. You know what I'm saying? That's all building up the story. He don't like him. He don't like him. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to take your girl and I'm going to take your girl. I'm going to F your wife. I'm going to this. I'm going to that. And then next thing you know, we all watching like, ooh, this fight going to be good. It's hype. That's what you're supposed to do. Somebody kind of got it right. Because people they'll stop for a moment to check out the hype. But then you kind of got to deliver. You got to deliver something. If you're not delivering good basketball, and I know you get the arguments like, oh no, this great basketball, it's fundamental basketball. They missing layups. They missing wide open layups. Like consistently. It ain't like, every once in a while you'll see somebody come down there and like, oh, he went to, finger roll, and it bounced off the back rim. And oh, he should have finished that, blah, 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 and he embarrassed. Like, no, they consistently miss stuff that they shouldn't miss. So you gotta watch it, but then you gotta because of the hype, but then you got to deliver. You got to deliver. And if you can't deliver the sport, excuse me, the way the sport is supposed to be delivered, something else got to happen. A brawl. You know what I'm saying? Show me a brawl. Did you believe they were fighting out there? Oh, yeah, I'll watch that. That's bad, ain't it? But you got me there for the hype. You couldn't deliver on the basketball portion. Deliver on something. Deliver on something. But no, I didn't watch the draft either. Again, I'm going to try it at some point this year, but it's really not my thing. It's really not my thing. What else is going on? I know the draft happened last night. I know y'all don't want me to talk about wrestling. I'm not going to talk about wrestling. But what else is going on? Any new breaking anything? Did anything happen like overnight with Israel? I was listening to the radio. I did hear Robert Willis, thank you. I did hear about the black Uber driver. He said, did you hear about the black Uber driver getting killed by the old white guy? I did hear about that. I did. As we know from yesterday, it's definitely not racism, okay? Definitely not racism. Maybe if it was the other way around, maybe. But I don't know what you do about that. Look, if you're trying to scam me, and I heard about it, I didn't really kind of read to get all of the details about it, because something about it don't sound right. All right? And y'all fill me in on the details that I don't have, okay? Hold on, wait a minute. I just saw something that was very important. I'm about to make some homemade peanut butter cookies. That'll pause everything. Peanut butter cookies is like my favorite cookie. Like homemade wise. I'm not a chocolate chip cookie guy. I'm not a snickerdoodle guy. I'm not a sugar cookie guy. But some homemade peanut butter cookies, just like regular peanut butter cookies. Don't put no peanuts in them. Don't try to come up with no special recipe. Regular old Pillsbury style peanut butter cookies in the oven. Made delicious with the fork marks both ways. Oh, that is my favorite. That is my favorite. You gonna make me go make some peanut butter cookies. You gonna make me go make some peanut butter cookies. All right, back to what I was saying. I had to pause on that because peanut butter cookies. Oh no. I made a cheesecake 3 days ago and it's quite yummy. Niece. I don't like cheesecake. Cindy says Pillsbury is not homemade. I didn't say, I said Pillsbury style, which means you ain't trying to be too fancy. Which means you ain't trying to be too fancy with the cookie. The little girl just texted me talking about make some, we want some too. I'm her and the little baby. Don't get too fancy with it. Just make peanut butter cookies. I've had peanut butter cookies where people be trying to add stuff to it. The only thing that is kind of acceptable is some chocolate chip peanut butter cookies. That's kind of acceptable. All that other stuff, there's real peanuts in my peanut butter cookie. You just ruined some perfectly good peanut butter cookies. I went and got some gourmet peanut butter cookies from a spot. Used to be up in, I'm I'm gonna say like across from what used to be Roller World. What's that street? Is that Gilbert? It used to be on Gilbert. It was a spot, and it was a bakery. It's now one of Don Community School things, right across the street from the car dealership. Oh, we got these gourmet peanut butter cookies. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it. I was like, this is nasty. What did they do? How do you ruin peanut butter cookies? How do you ruin peanut butter cookies? So, just normal. Y'all saying it's Jim and Nitty? I don't know the name of it. But actually, the young lady, my cousin, his wife, who makes her my cousin, heard me talking about how much I like peanut butter cookies. And she was like, oh, I know this spot with the best peanut butter. Is they gourmet peanut butter cookies. I'm going to get you some. And I'm like, all right. And I was like, this is not delicious. Why? All right. Jason says, how do you not like chocolate chip cookies? I'm not saying that I don't like chocolate chip cookies. Actually, I prefer chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips. That's weird. But chocolate chip cookies and chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips are just sugar cookies. They're not. But I'll eat chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies is okay. I'll eat them. I'm just saying peanut butter cookies are the best cookies. And I'll fight you about it. All right, back to the more serious topic. Something didn't feel right or don't feel right, don't sound right. Maybe I'm missing some details about this whole Uber shooting thing. And somebody can maybe help me understand. Let me answer the phone. Key!
Emanuel, how are you?
Key, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm calling you talking about food and stuff. You keep telling us, okay, you're going to get back to it, and you keep getting on it.
I moved on and then you called. So
I know. Well, you ain't moving on fast enough, I guess. Yeah, you told you like chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chip.
Yes.
You eat them raisin cream pies and you take the raisins
Take
out.
the raisins off.
So what, you eat peanut butter and jelly and hold the jelly? Just a peanut butter sandwich?
I actually prefer peanut butter and maybe like a homemade jelly. My grandmama used to make the best homemade jelly ever. But so sometimes I'll go up to Jungle Gyms and I'll get the they have like homemade jellies up there. Ain't none of them as good as my grandmama's. But some cherry jelly, you know, some people do peanut butter and jelly, and typically they'll do grape jelly, maybe some apple jelly.
True.
But you go get you some cherry jelly or some peach jelly or something like that that's kind of a little different, homemade, delicious.
What's that? You said that El Batha? They saying, hey, on YouTube, hey. You still don't know how to pronounce their name?
I say Abathia.
Oh, okay. Have they ever corrected you?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, Brenda Early.
Cindy Hill, have you ever had peach jelly, Cindy Hill? If you just try it before you say, I'm not talking about preserves. I don't mess with preserves. I don't like chunks of stuff in my food. And it don't feel right in my mouth. So I don't like I don't put nuts in my food.
Hey, Crystal, real right.
And, you know, I don't like when I'm drinking, I don't want no pulp or nothing like that. So yeah, no, I'm not talking preserves. I'm talking jelly.
Oh, you sound like this guy at my job one time. We was talking about fruit snacks or something. And I was like, have you tried Gushers? And he was like, I don't like nothing squirting in my mouth. I was like, oh, Lord.
Yeah. I used to eat
I was like, oh, my goodness.
There was a whole ordeal about it. I don't talk about those no more.
Okay, so what's going on? What happened Monday? I thought it was supposed to be the king and that, and then you were supposed to debut Little Baby Shirt. Did I miss something?
You you didn't. Thank you for bringing that up because I meant to
Oh,
mention it.
okay. You
Um,
okay? Because I'm like, did I miss something?
no, you
Like I
didn't.
said, even though I ain't call you, I still be listening. You know.
You didn't. The King and I didn't happen really because I'm taking the like 90% of the blame for that. I called Wyatt on the air. We don't typically set the stuff up on the air. Like typically we, I call him, offline or he'll call me offline and we'll be like, hey, let's do it. With my connection
What happened? I hear you.
lost, reconnected.
Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I can hear you. I'm talking
Okay, your
about
screen is
the
freezing.
stream. Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
stream
freezing.
just
I
did
see it
something.
now.
But it says it
Okay,
reconnected.
it's back. Yeah, it's back now.
But yeah, we'll usually offline, talk about it and figure out what works best for both of us. But I just was on the air, and then I was like, "What about Monday at 3?" And he was like, "I can't say no because I'm on the air, and then it'll sound like I'm the one who da da da." But yeah, some stuff came up because we didn't have an opportunity to really plan it out. So that's the
Okay, so
reason.
you really couldn't do it, but you were just saying yeah to hype us up, huh?
Well, no, I think he intended on doing it, but he's a business guy, and so if something come up, he got to deal with that. But probably if he knew a little more in advance, he'd have been like hey, I need to block this time out, or we would have agreed on a different time and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, it sometimes stuff just come up. So that's
CK,
that.
get it together. Tell CK get it together now.
With regard to the shirt, um, that's kind of my fault too. I had the little baby over here and I had her, working on a shirt, not that shirt, because I want her to actually
Oh, she
make.
got multiple shirts.
No, no, no. I was doing an order for somebody else, and so
Mhm.
I had her pull a squeegee just so she
Right,
could
you were
do it.
saying. Yeah, I
Cause
heard you.
she
Yeah,
kept saying,
you
"Oh, I
told her
want
she
to go, I
gonna
want to
work
go."
for that shirt.
So I let her
I
do it
know.
because I want her to, I really want her to make at least her shirt. And but then I think we were gonna do it like on Sunday, but then a birthday party came up, and she's 6. So I'm like, in my mind, a 6-year-old would always rather be at a birthday party with other little kids than with their granddaddy in the basement trying to make some shirts. So she went to the birthday party. And so we'll probably end up doing the shirts either Thursday or Friday of this week.
So you ain't as tough as you be acting like you be with her.
What do you
You
mean?
better go to the. You like you be acting like you all tough and be telling her what you go put her in a wrestling move and stuff if she don't do this and do
Oh no,
that.
I
You be
mean
talking
all of
like
that
you all.
stuff. No, I mean all of that
You be
stuff.
talking like you
As a
all
matter of fact,
tough,
I
but at
just
the end of
asked
the
her the
day.
other day. I said, "When was the last time I choked you?" And she said, "I don't know,
You a
grandfather. It's
mess.
it's been a long
And I
time."
don't think she called. I'm glad you said that. I don't think she called you grandfather either, because when she was getting on you about the eclipse, she was trying to tell you what she said, and she ain't put grandfather in no time she was talking to you. I think you be wanting her to call you grandfather, but I don't think she called you that. She
She
probably
she
low key call you Emanuel.
she definitely calls me that. Um, but but yeah, I she's still 6. You know what I'm saying? So a 6-year-old get a chance to go to their cousin's birthday party. You don't
Right.
say to a 6-year-old, "No, you can't go to no birthday party because I
I'm
already
talking about how
invited
you
you
be
to."
acting. I'm just getting. I'm saying how you be talking to us like you be. You know how you be talking to us.
I just be telling y'all the
I'm just
truth,
saying
but
you letting it slip out a little bit that you truly a softie when it comes to her. You can say what you want to, that all tough stuff, but you really a softie.
I never said that I was like exceptionally harsh.
You be talking like that on here sometimes, and then you be talking like you don't cuss, and then you be cussing.
I don't.
So
I don't
you be
cuss.
trying to give off for different personas, but we seeing through you
No,
or
I
whatever.
don't cuss.
Okay.
She does call me grandfather. Um, I do punch her in the head every once in a while and choke her. Um, and I'm pretty much no nonsense, but I am
Right.
still a grandfather. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a
I know that's what
grandfather.
you want to be,
Like
but
I
that
still
ain't what she gonna call you. I think you keep
absolutely.
trying to drill that in her head till she call you that.
She does call me. Why would I lie about that? I told y'all
You be lying about a whole bunch of stuff,
she used
Emmanuel.
to call me Paw Paw, but we changed that very early on, and she's been calling me grandfather for years now.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
yeah, what you say?
I have no
It
reason
sounds like
to.
she running that over there. She be
She ain't
telling
running.
you.
She ain't running nothing. She
She
tried.
drop your phone and tear it up, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. You can
She
talk stuff
tried
how
to
you
run
want to.
stuff, but that's because she's 6, and that's what they
Because she
do.
the queen of talk. Did she tell you she the queen of talk?
She didn't tell me that. She told her mother that. Her
Oh,
mother
okay.
recorded a conversation with her saying, well, if he's the king of talk, then I say I'm the queen of talk. That was a conversation she had with her mother. And she asked her mother. Her mother said, well, why don't you tell him that? And she said, because he's going to say I'm not the queen of talk. Because she know.
Cause she know you. She know you be over the top. That's because she
She
know
haven't
you.
earned the title yet.
She know you over the top, and she probably think you gonna tell us. That's another reason why she ain't gonna say it, cause she don't want you telling us her business. But I was just calling
I
to
liked
say
a little bit.
say hey. Yeah, I was just calling to say hey or whatever, and just chit chat a little bit, make y'all laugh and make me laugh a little bit. So I'll talk to you later, Emmanuel. Everybody in the chat, and let somebody else call in.
All right, Key. Have a good one.
Okay. All right, you too. Bye.
All right. That was Key. That was Key. I got two computers happening here, and it's confusing me. Stop it. All right. So we go back here. All right. Now back to the shooting, the Uber thing. Somebody is knocking on my window. Maybe it's Mrs. Livingston. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Maybe she forgot her key or something. All right. Yes. That was Mrs. Livingston. She locked her keys in the car. Whew. All right. I'm back. I didn't know what that was. Somebody knocking on the window. And it's a basement, so we got the glass block. So you can't see who it is. Whew. All right. Where was I? I keep trying to talk about this Uber deal, and now something just don't seem right about it. Um, Ron,
You thought it was me because you got on my goddamn nerves yesterday.
I
What's
was
up?
I was pretty sure that it was her because who else would be knocking on the basement window? So,
It's me? No, I'm just kidding. Hey, man, listen. So they're sending over the articles of impeachment for Mayorkas to the Senate. Think he should be impeached
what are they impeaching him for? I
because
haven't really, just so you, hold on before you, I haven't really been following that because it sounds like some nonsense to me, some political nonsense on the surface. But because I haven't been following it, I couldn't really say if he's done anything impeachable. I'll tell you that it feels like, hey, we can't impeach Joe Biden because we got nothing. So let's just impeach somebody so we can use the word impeachment at excuse me, at some point. That's what it feels like. But what are they actually impeaching him for?
so for failure to do his duty. He's in charge of Homeland Security. He's in charge of the border.
I thought that you're only supposed to impeach, and again, this is for, crimes and misdemeanors. Like those cabinet level positions serve at the pleasure of the president. So if he's not doing his job, it's up to the president to remove him from office unless he's violated the law, right?
No, Congress and Congress and the Senate. Well, they have to get congressional approval and everything, and that's why they're sending it to the Senate.
Right, but
They can impeach him
no,
for not. They can impeach him for not doing his job because his job is for the American people. He's appointed by the president, but his job is for the American people. He works for us.
I understand that. And I understand that they can impeach him. But again, it was my understanding that he's supposed to in theory, they can impeach him because they don't like the color of his tie. Like
No.
yes.
Okay.
All they have to do is get the votes, and then they can impeach.
But he's in charge of the border, so they're not impeaching him for the color of his tie. They're impeaching him because of his handling of the border.
And again,
do you think he should be impeached?
Again, I'm not. I have to look because it's my understanding. I could misunderstand this, but I could be wrong. But it's my understanding that an impeachment is supposed to happen based on some high crimes or misdemeanors, not just because you don't like the way someone's doing their job. Because in theory, then you could look at any of the cabinet secretaries and say, I don't like the way he's doing his job. Who's the Secretary of Education? I don't like the way they're doing their job. I don't think our kids are educated enough. Impeach them. And so that becomes, I feel like, and I'm going to look it up even actually as you speak, I feel like they're not supposed to impeach because they don't like the way he's doing his job.
Okay. Again, they sent the articles of impeachment over to the Senate.
Right. They can impeach for anything.
Do you think he should be impeached because of his handling of the border?
No.
That's all I'm asking.
No.
You don't think he shouldn't? Okay, that you answer my question.
Yes.
In more ways than one. In more ways than one.
Okay.
Um, that's it.
All right.
Hey, but listen to me.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think Trump should have been impeached because of his handling of the coronavirus pandemic?
No, hell no. No,
Why?
they
Millions
they
of
had
people
they hadn't
died.
they hadn't been here before. They hadn't been here before.
And
Nobody
he
knew.
still handled it wrong.
Nobody knew.
It don't matter.
Nobody knew.
Ron,
Hey, boo, boo. Lame argument.
you're booing. Ron,
Apples and oranges.
Ron.
Apples and oranges. Yes.
No, it's not apples and oranges. It's a
Apples and oranges.
part of his job. This man wanted, even suggested that people inject disinfectant in themselves.
Oh, get out of here with that shit.
What he did.
But that's already been proven to be a lie.
What's been proven to be a lie?
Why in the world?
Wait.
Okay.
Ron.
Let me let you I'm gonna let you get your question out.
What?
I'm gonna ask you a question,
Okay.
and then I said no. That was it. Okay.
Okay. And the point that I'm making with asking that question is if we open it up to Congress to say, I don't like the way he's doing his job, let's impeach him, then anytime a president, a cabinet position, a Supreme Court justice does their job.
They tried to impeach Trump several. Then again, it's okay.
He actually was. He was impeached twice. But
I understand
the idea that you impeach someone because you don't like the way they're doing their job, I don't think that is what impeachment is supposed to be for. That's what I'm trying to explain to.
I mean, the thing about it is they use impeachment instead of firing your ass. So, I mean,
but that's not what it's supposed to be for.
Okay. And did I answer your question? I just need to make sure I answer your question.
I think you did. I am a little disturbed that you really don't believe that Donald Trump suggested that it might be a good idea to inject people with disinfectant. I'm a little disturbed by that because that's just
okay.
Factual.
Be disturbed.
Yeah, that's just factual.
Okay, be disturbed. Be disturbed.
I am.
But this is my thing. This is my thing, and I listen to a lot of people. Not only you, a lot of people, and it's a trip how our own people will sit and try to convince us to vote and do things against our own interests. Against what benefits us to, solidify a party. And it's a trip because Blade, he called you sometime. I mean, Blade is a trip.
He does.
But, he brought up, a couple different things, but two different things that are real important. First thing, it is a purge. And if you don't see it, you don't see it. But if you see that last purge, I think it was the last one, it was people trying to, or the Mexicans were trying to, or people of Latino descent were trying to get back to Mexico because that was where their safe zone was.
Hold on. May I ask you a question? You said that it is a purge. How are you defining a purge?
The lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. I ain't gonna sit there and wrestle with you over that. I just ain't gonna.
We're not wrestling.
Because you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna understand it, and I'm not going to. If I try to explain it to you, I know you know what you do. You know what you do. So
what do I do?
That's me thinking this.
It's a simple question. You said there is currently a purge going on. I'm just trying to understand what is a purge.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
That's a great.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
All right.
Okay. But The second thing is with the Boule. He's been bringing up the Boule, a few different times.
Who?
I understand.
Who brought up the
Blake.
Boule? Is it okay for me to
Blake.
ask that? Is that a trick
Blake,
question?
yeah, Blake.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it ain't a trick question. And you yeah.
I don't know what's a trick question and not anymore. So.
Well, no, it ain't a trick question unless you're falling for the trick, But so he brought that up, and it's a such thing as a tenth. They believe that a tenth of the black folk.
Hold on, what are you saying? I missed it. What you're saying?
A tenth of the black, but the Boule believes that a tenth of the black folk.
Okay.
Their tenth, their tenth. People like them, people who are college educated, the Divine Nine, the sort of type people, rich people. Now you don't even have to be Divine Nine as long as you're rich. But it's a trip. They have to perpetuate race in order to make sure that they keep us, the 90, in line. That's what the 10th is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Boule, you don't understand.
But why are
what
you
the
talking
Boule
about the
is.
Boule?
Because they, like I said, they believe that they should make sure that they make decisions for the 90. That is why they're the 10th. Now, when I look at people like you and other people, I have to wonder. I don't even know. I don't think you're a part of the Boule, but I think you've been influenced.
I don't think
I think you've been influenced by that mindset, But when you sit and bullshit about our best interest, the best interest of black folk, I have to wonder why that is. And it's a trip. It's a trip because it's a wait, just a second. And because I just got to get the thought out.
Okay.
It's a trip because you just have to you do a goddamn lie. If you telling me, no, not you.
Okay.
Not in general. You a goddamn lie if you telling me that we are not worse off now than we were 4 years ago.
We who?
You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. If you telling me that we are in better shape now than we were 4 years ago. And black folk sitting there telling us this shit. And I don't understand. I just don't understand. And I don't understand how black folks fall for that shit. I mean, it's not, I mean, y'all always talk about, we done drunk Kool-Aid and all that shit. Man, y'all motherfuckers done drunk the Kool-Aid. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Ron.
Y'all don't see what we see?
Ron.
Y'all ain't looking.
Ron. What are you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Hey, that's why the lips of wisdom are closed except to the ears of understanding. You don't know. I'll see you.
All right. I genuinely have no idea what we just talked about. I have no idea what we just talked about. A whole conversation happened. I know the first part of it. I understood the first part of it. Impeachment. Which, of course, I looked it up. The president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. not because you don't like the way they doing their job. That's not in there. Unless you can, and this one you can tie it if you're saying he's doing his job so bad that it's treason. But that don't sound reasonable. If you don't like the way he's doing his job, it's not in there. Treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Not treason, bribery, high crimes, misdemeanors, and not liking the way they do their job. Those aren't in there. So that's why I'm saying, no, impeachment doesn't sound like what you should be doing because you don't like the way he's doing his job. No. Because you start adding stuff like that, like I said, next thing you know, you'll be, you didn't like the color of his tie that day. We're impeaching you. What am I getting impeached for? You got on a green tie. Oh, we're impeaching you what? You wore a tan suit. Hey, what? So did he and he. So, yeah, for that, that portion of the conversation, I knew what we was talking about. And no, I don't think someone should be impeached. I'm going to say technically, I don't think they're supposed to, based on, Article 2, Section 4. Because you don't like the way they're doing their job. All right? But if that's the case, which is why I brought up the whole thing with the inject with disinfectant, which Twin says, quite erroneously, well, he was joking when he said that. Twin. Somebody say I was making that up. I'm not making it up. This is what Twin said. I have to go back and find it. Because I saw Twin say this. And I'm like, y'all really just denying reality? Because even when I brought it up, Ron was like, that's a GD lie. I think that's what he said. That's a GD lie. And I'm like, no, he clearly said that. Yeah, Twin says Trump was joking, but what about Biden said you're not black if you don't vote for him? He wasn't the president. He was not, and he didn't hold any office when he said that. I think that was terrible and bad to say, but he didn't hold an office when he said that. And if we're impeaching people because we don't like the way that they handle in a particular situation, he didn't do a great job of handling the pandemic. So should he have been impeached because we didn't like the way he handled the pandemic? Come on. That don't make sense. That's not reasonable. That's not the reason you're supposed to impeach someone. But like I said, if you get the votes, you can impeach for absolutely nothing. You can just throw something out there. We want to impeach him. So we can say, he committed treason. How? You see the way he handling the border? That is treason. I'll vote impeach. You can do it. The party in power, if they have enough votes, they can vote to impeach. Send articles of impeachment to the Senate, and then hopefully the Senate genuinely looks at it and says, this don't fit the criteria of impeachment. No, we're not convicting on this. But look, y'all, I get y'all support Donald Trump. I'm not trying to tell y'all not to support Donald Trump. I don't care if you support Donald Trump. I'm hoping not enough of y'all support Donald Trump for him to get back elected president. That's what I'm hoping. But if you support him, you support him. I'm not going to fight you because you support him. But stop pretending that real stuff ain't real. Just like I can say, I think Biden was out of line when he said, you're not black if you don't vote for him. Just that. Just like I can say that. Why can't y'all say Trump was out of line? He actually suggested that they should try injecting people with disinfectant. He wasn't joking when he said it, but he did actually say it. It's not a GD lie. And it was not meant as a joke. And it was foolish. If you can't admit that, something wrong. Like with your, why are you supporting that hard that you will deny facts? Verifiable facts. This video. How can you deny the fact? And when you're looking at it and you're like, somebody show you and you're like, he didn't say that. And they show you and you're like, that's a lie. You just saw it. Why are you still saying it's a lie? Something is wrong with you. There's some disconnect where you have a certain, I don't know what they call that. What do they call it? When you have like a certain degree of loyalty to someone, and such that you will deny facts right in your face. No, I'm not even saying make excuses for it. I'm saying deny the fact. What do you call that? He never said that he grabbed women by the vagina. Here's the tape. He didn't say it. Here's the tape. He didn't say it. Yes, he did. You can see. He never said, maybe we could try injecting people with disinfectant. Here's the tape. He didn't say it. Here's the tape. He didn't say it. What do you call that? I don't know what you call it. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't know what you call that. You always try to act like I got some blind loyalty to Donald Trump. But I can show you what he said. I can show you him saying it, and you say that he didn't say what you just heard him say. But you don't have no blind loyalty to him. You legit dismiss facts. And again, I'm not saying don't support him. Support him if you want to support him. That's on you. Now, the idea that we ain't no better off, let me say, I'm better off. I'm, in my life, in a better position in almost every way. Well, that's not true. Not almost every way. But, like financially, emotionally, in many ways, I'm much better off than I was under Trump, under Biden. But a lot of that stuff didn't really have a whole lot to do with Biden being the president. Well, I guess technically some of it did, Getting fired was the Biden administration that made a decision to basically kind of convince a lot of these people to have these vaccine mandates, and without the vaccine mandates, I wouldn't have been fired. So yeah, I would have still been at the job. So one could say, I wouldn't say, Biden is the reason that I'm in a better position financially. I wouldn't actually say that, but that argument could be made. If I were that deep into the, Biden sphere. Jack says it makes no sense that I'm emotionally better off. How can you tell me that I am or am not emotionally better off? I'm telling you, Jack, I'm better off emotionally. in spite of the way that I just responded. I'm better off emotionally. How you gonna tell me? But I don't attribute that to Joe Biden. I just am. And that's my point in saying that is that even the idea of, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Are you better off under Trump than you were under Biden? Are you better off under Biden than you were under Trump? It really comes down to, at least for me, I believe Trump is a danger to our country. You don't. Some of you. And that's fine. That's fine. Preston says it's like turning a blind eye to Biden's past statements about blacks, whether he was in or out of office. His stance has been filled with racist rhetoric and bigotry throughout his political career. Who said he hadn't? I never said he hadn't. Most people that I know, even who support him, they're not in denial. Like, he didn't say that. And then you play them a video of him saying it. And then they're like, no, he didn't say that. Now, they might justify it. Well, that was in the past. And you know, times change and people change and blah, blah, blah. So they might justify it. But they're not actually deep. You're not playing them a video, or in this case, maybe a tape, of Joe Biden saying some of the stuff that he said. And then them saying, he didn't actually say that. That's the stuff I'm talking. That's what happens with Trump. Sure, people make excuses for Joe Biden's past racist statements. But they're not out and out denying the fact that he said the stuff that he's on record as saying. And that is a big difference. It might yield kind of the same results, but it's a big difference. At least Trump show you exactly who he is. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. He lies about who he is. He stages things. Remember the Chick-fil-A? Everybody by now know that was like 100% stage. The black girl, you know, I don't care what the media say. We support you, President Trump. Oh, come here. Let me give you a hug. Tell my mama I made it. That was staged. That's a part of not showing you exactly who he is. That's lying about who you are. He doesn't show you who he is. He doesn't. Very few of them actually show you who they are. Why do y'all believe this stuff? He doesn't show you that he's a piece of crap. I mean, you can see that he's a piece of crap, but he doesn't show you. Which one actually wants to take away your freedoms, wants to be a dictator? I believe that's Donald Trump. But if you don't believe that, again, I'm not here to convince you to vote for Joe Biden. I'm not. Blade says that was real. I mean, real in the sense, there's an extra space in between that and was. Why? Why is there an extra space there? But it was real in the sense that it actually happened, but it wasn't real in the sense that it was some spontaneous thing where there was just this random African American or black woman who wanted to express her support for Donald Trump just spontaneously. It wasn't real in that sense. It was staged. Think wrestling. You know how the ending is predetermined? Sometimes they go through and they talk about the moves they're going to do. All right, I'm going to flip you, and then you flip me, and then I'm going to punch you, and then you punch me, and then I'm going to fall real hard, and then you jump on me, and then you lay on me, and he going to count 1, 2, 3. All right, got it? Got it. Yes. That all actually happened. But was it real? Did those two guys just happen to get into a fight in the middle of a ring with lights and cameras and all of these people around? No, it was all staged. They're acting. Same thing with Trump at the Chick-fil-A. They brought the cameras. Then I'm going to be standing here. You're going to be over there. You're going to say this. I'm going to say this. You're going to come over. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to say this. And then you're going to look and you're going to say, tell my mom I made it. And then that's going to be that. It was staged. It was fake, as y'all like to say. They were acting. And I'm going to say it again because somebody going to say, oh, he just spent all his time bashing Trump. I'm not actually bashing Trump. I think everything I've said about Trump today has been, well, some of it is opinion based. He's a horrible human being. That's my opinion. I think he's a horrible human being. I think he's a horrible human being. But that's just my opinion. Jack says, so you like your politics to be like wrestling. You're mad. Only an idiot would get that from what I said. No, the people who enjoy that act, they like their politics to be like wrestling. Made up, predetermined, acted out, scripted, fake. No reasonable human, a reasonable ability to rationalize and think, thought that that's what I was saying. Jack says, only an idiot would say it. You said it, clown. Sometimes the stuff writes itself. Sometimes it writes itself. But okay, can I get to the Uber driver now? Can I get to the Uber driver? Something don't feel right about that whole situation. I've taken an Uber, I think twice. But I've been around other people who take Uber. And here's what I know. If I figured that you're trying to scam me, and again, some of these details I might have wrong. If I figure that you're trying to scam me, and you pull up, they send you to my house, and I think you're trying to scam me, I'm not coming out. If anything, I'm gonna call the police. Like, I think these people trying to scam me, and they sent somebody over to get money from me. Why would I go out and address and or confront that person? And it was just so much, it's so much about it that don't make sense to me. I'm not here to tell you that this is some racist something planned and all of that kind of stuff. But Cindy says police said both were scammed. Right. I get that. But what I'm saying is, all right, Cindy, I'm scamming you, right? I'm at a call center. I'm like, Cindy, I need you to give me $5,000. Now, in your head, you thinking, this is a damn scam. But I might give him the $5,000. And then I call Uber, and I'm like, hey, I need you to go to 123 Main Street. It's going to be this chick. Her name's Cindy. Go get $5,000. Now, Cindy, if you are so convinced that I'm scamming you, why are you coming out? You're not bringing $5,000 with you because you think it's a scam. Why are you coming out with a gun? Why not just stay in the house and call the police? The confrontation itself didn't have to happen. It just don't sit right with me. Now I get, her like, hey, somebody told me come over here and pick some stuff up. So I'm just following instructions. But you don't have to come out. I'm just telling you, something don't feel right to me. Something don't feel right to me. Things get reported. We'll have to see as the investigation goes on what are all the details. But it don't feel right. Robert says they said a relative was involved, the old man's relative. Did the old man's relative force him to go outside with a gun? I don't know. It just don't seem right. It seemed like maybe a little bit of an overreaction, if, at the very least. But again, I'm not up to date on all of the reports on it. I don't know. I don't know. Preston says, I wonder if the decision was made once he saw that she was a black woman to come out with the gun. It don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me. Jenna says, most Trump followers appear to be angry. They seem to have some unresolved personal issues and wish they could be as abusive as Trump. I don't know if I would say most, but I would say a lot of them do really seem that way. It's almost like they're living vicariously through Donald Trump, through his perceived riches. If I associate myself with him, then I feel he's rich, and so I get to feel the feeling of supporting a rich guy. He's, verbally abusive, and I would love to be able to say whatever the hell I want to say to people, call them names, and, all that kind of stuff. He gets to do everything. He gets me. Oh, they are after him. It is a witch hunt. And just like I feel like everything's been against me. Yeah, a lot of them do feel that way, or seem to feel that way. I figured that a relative of the shooter was involved. They all should go to jail. The victim is the Uber driver. Yeah, okay. Of course, everybody involved in if this was an actual scam. I'm going to tell you, I have taken a position when I read stories now. I don't necessarily believe them. When I read, oh, the police say, I don't necessarily believe it. I'm not saying it's a lie, but just because the police said it don't mean it's true either. That's a lot of the stuff I have to say. If the reports are correct, if this is actually what happened, I'm no longer one of those. I don't know that I ever really was, but I'm no longer one of those people that just believe because it was reported, it is. Because the police said it was a scam, it was a scam. Like, I'll make the argument based on that, but I don't automatically just accept the police's word for stuff. I see too much stuff. Y'all know I still be watching First Amendment audits and stuff. And I see too much stuff where police lie and admit under oath that they lied on a report. Once the proof comes out. Or we watch a video and the police do this, and then we see them in a deposition and they say that they did something else. And you're like, no, clearly on the video you did this. Why are you lying under oath? And there's a video to prove it. So I have a hard time just taking people's word for it, whatever it is. Things become a little more difficult when you have that mindset. I did see where Jack asked me a question and then acted as if I answered it. So are you saying Trump did no good in office? No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I don't know everything that he did in office. So no, I'm not saying that. But just because he may have done something that you perceive as good doesn't necessarily mean that I should vote for him. Nate.
Yeah. When you gonna get that three-way capability, so I can debate with some of these people who keep calling you, putting out misinformation, disinformation, and spreading half truths.
And some of them blatant lies. I don't know. I really hadn't thought about it until I guess Sunday night. I was thinking I should probably. Really, the only reason I was thinking about it because my payment came out for that, and I was like, "What? How did this money come out? I didn't. Okay, no payment." And I saw it, and I was like, "You know what? I should get a couple more lines." So I'll look into it.
Wait a minute. Your payment for what?
For the
You
phone
mean you
line.
got to pay for this? You got to pay for this show?
I had to pay for the phone line. Yes.
I thought this was like one of them free Google lines.
No.
Okay. Some of the stuff these people have been saying is really burning me up. And I don't know if you were done with the Uber driver
Pretty much, yeah.
portion.
Yeah.
I wanted to sort of fall back on some of the stuff that I've been hearing from Ron, this Marquetta Denise lady, Twin, and really the colored conspiracy conservatives and the black Trumpsters, whether they in the closet or they out the closet. Don't forget Randall Wyatt. So I want to start with something I heard today, and I didn't know that this was part of the impeachment of Mayorkas. And if you don't mind, I'm reading this from the congressional website, congress.gov. This is according to the Republicans. They say Alejandro Mayorkas created, reopened, or expanded a series of categorical parole programs never authorized by Congress for foreign nationals outside of the United States, including for certain Central American minors, Ukrainians, Venezuelans, Cubans, Haitians, and I want to stop right there and jump forward just a little bit, which enabled hundreds of thousands of inadmissible aliens to enter the United States in violation of the laws enacted by Congress. Now, I read that because not long ago, and let me just pause and congratulate you. Boy, you handled Marquetta Denise spectacular. I said I might have to, at the next family meeting, I might have to nominate him as the head debater of the family because you just tore her apart and you challenged her, which is how I think that people who call podcasts or radio shows and engage in serious topics, I think they ought to be handled like that. And so it's one thing for her to call spouting her opinions and not be challenged. And it's another thing when you see what happens when you challenge her is she resorts to either name calling or deflection or diversion or trying to change the subject. So I think you did great. Now, it's only going to be one president. It's either going to be Biden or it's going to be Trump. RFK Jr. ain't gonna make it. He's not going to win not one state. And we all know, everybody who listens to you in this podcast is intelligent politically, at least intelligent enough to know that the way you become president is you have to win a majority of the electoral college, or there are some exceptions. But the bottom line is the way you get them votes is by winning the state. And so RFK Jr. ain't going to win not one state. So he ain't got a chance of becoming the president. Jill Stein. A vote for Jill Stein is a wasted vote. Why? Because Jill Stein ain't going to win not one state. She's not going to be the president. What's the black Professor Cornel West is not going to be the president for the same reason. So if you vote for anybody besides Biden or Trump, you're wasting your vote when it comes to your vote contributing to who's the next president, because they're not going to help you win your state, whatever state you're in. And I was actually impressed when you were doing the roll call. You got people from all over the country listening to you. So I wanted to say that. And because it's either going to be Biden or it's going to be Trump, it only makes sense that we talk about the good things and the bad things that Biden has done and the good things and the bad things that Trump has done, and that we make a comparison and we contrast their records. Right. So what do this have to do with Haiti? According to the Republicans, Mayorkas created, reopened, or expanded a parole program that let Haitians come into the country. Yeah, go ahead. Possibly hundreds of thousands of them. Now, they don't mean that they cross the border down in Mexico. It means when they say, what has Biden done about the Haitians? This is one thing that Biden has done about the Haitians. He created a program that let them come into the country. He didn't treat them differently than the Ukrainians, because they said, we letting them white Ukrainians come in here. He letting them Cubans coming here. He letting the Nicaraguans come in here. What about the Haitians? So that's one answer on what he's done for Haiti. Now, they usually come to what he done for Haiti a lot after they finish talking about what has he done for black people in America. And once you start calling the roll, then they don't like that because Biden has done way more for black Americans than he's done than Trump did.
What has he done? What has he done?
Well, let's start with HBCU funding. Now, I'm like you. I can give credit where credit is due. Remember, Mom used to say that all the time.
Yes, she did.
Give credit where credit is due. Anyway, I can give credit to Trump. Trump did take and do, at least on paper, he did a little bit more than Obama did. He made it to where funding for HBCUs is, they don't have to come begging for reauthorization. He made it a more automatic, even though it's not technically, automatic. But we'll give him credit for it. Let's just say he made it automatic where they don't have to come big for their money every year or every funding cycle. Okay? We're saying Trump did good. And he increased the amount that they get. Well, guess what? Biden saw what Trump did, and he more than doubled the amount of funding. Now, you say, well, because everything you say that Biden did good for black people and for black institutions, they'll say, well, like for that example, HBCU funding, they'll say, well, that only benefits the top 10% because the working people, they ain't going to no black colleges, which you went to a black college, you know what I'm saying? And we wasn't no wealthy family. We was the working, I don't know if you would call us lower middle class or middle class, but clearly we was the working class. So that's one thing he did. I usually had a list on the top of my head. He authorized the money, the $5 billion for the black farmers. And then they always say, well, why don't he do, I heard Marquetta Denise say this yesterday. They always talking about what they can't do. Kamala Harris says she can't do nothing for black people. She ain't the vice president of black America, but she always doing something for them Ukrainians. She doing something for the, she don't call them Orientals, but you get my point. Well, this is something they did specifically for black farmers who had been discriminated against. And what happened? Some white Trumpster, Stephen Miller, one of the head white thinkers in the Trump sphere, he came along, got some people, some rich folks, and said, we're going to have to sue them. Because whether y'all want to hear it or not, the Constitution and the courts have said, or the courts have said that the Constitution prohibits them from doing anything specifically for black people. So it's a setup. The courts say you can't do nothing specifically for black people. So then the black people call talk radio, and the complainers, they say, why you ain't doing nothing for black people? Because they can't. And anytime they try, like when they find a loophole, like with the black farmers, the reason they could do it with the black farmers was because the black farmers had sued saying, we've been discriminated against. Aha! Now we ain't doing it just because you're black. We're doing it because you were black and you were discriminated against by the USDA. And you know what? Most of these people are intelligent. They understand it. But they just like repeating it. You ain't doing nothing specifically for black people. But then if you ask them, again, only one person going to be the president, so we got to compare and contrast. Well, what did Trump do specifically for black people? They can't tell you really nothing. So what they say is, well, we shouldn't hold him to the same standard we hold Biden to because Biden get 90% of the black vote. How much sense does that make? It makes no sense. We have to compare who has done more for black people, if that's what we want to talk about. So, let me see, what else did she say? She's been saying, when I say she, I'm talking about Marquetta Denise. She was saying so much stuff that was making me really mad. But I didn't take notes. I was driving while I was listening to you, and I was like, okay, today is the day I'm going to call. I don't know. You have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so me personally, I'm way better off now than I was 4 years ago. I want to run this by you.
All right.
According to them, the Chinese government sponsored the coronavirus. You've heard that, right?
Say that
They
again.
say
The
the
Chinese government what?
Sponsored and created the coronavirus. And some people say they either unleashed it as a weapon, and some people say it escaped from their lab. But you've heard Trump say the China flu. And I think they was calling it the Kung flu for a while. They thought that was real clever. Kung flu. Get it? So my question is, if Trump was the president and he was tough on China, why did he let the Chinese government create a virus and unleash it on America and kill 1 million Americans? Isn't the number one job of the president of the United States to protect Americans? So nobody can tell me, when I ask this question online, nobody can tell me why Trump allowed the Chinese government to unleash the coronavirus in America. And nobody can tell me what did Trump do to punish the Chinese government for killing 1 million Americans. Do you have the answer? Can you tell me why Trump did that and why Trump didn't punish them?
No. No. I mean, it's a logical question. It doesn't make sense that it's a logical question that you're not going to get an answer to, because the premise is flawed. It's a political premise, and they know, but they don't want to say it. So, yeah, you're in a position where you're not going to get an answer to that logical question.
Well, my last thing, it came to me, is twin. So people want to say, oh, he's trying to flirt with Twin's baby mama. Twin had some line on the radio a couple of days ago. He said he keep talking about my baby mama. I got 5 baby mamas. Which one he want? Since he want to keep talking about my baby mamas. And people are like, oh, that Twin, he got Nate. That was so funny. It was really kind of silly. Now, here's the point that I'm not going to let Twin walk away from. If the question is, are you better off now than you were 3 or 4 years ago? Twin, by his own words, I'm not in the man business. I'm just telling you what I hear on the podcast and on the radio. Twin had a baby with a woman. Twin works at Kroger. All this stuff Twin told us. Twin did not pay. It cost thousands of dollars to go to doctor's visits, prenatal checkups, get whatever vitamins, drugs, or whatever. You have complications, and then to go pay that hospital bill when you deliver the baby. Would you agree that it costs thousands of dollars to go through from the time you get pregnant to all the doctors and time you deliver the baby? Yes. It costs thousands of dollars.
It is very expensive.
Now, Twin ain't pay them doctor's bills. Twin either got some insurance, his baby mama got some insurance, or more than likely, they either have some Medicaid or some kind of Obamacare. Now, Trump is against Obamacare, which included expanding Medicaid. Is that a fact or an opinion?
Well,
That
that's what
Trump and the Republicans,
that is what he said. Yes.
That's what he said. And they've taken, these political professionals, they can tell you the number of times that the Republicans have voted to repeal and replace Obamacare, which again includes expanded Medicaid. So my point is, twin, when your baby mama got them hospital bills paid, when she got that WIC, when she got them food stamps, when she got whatever, when she didn't have to pay that hospital bill for delivery and whatever follow-up care once that baby of yours was born, you benefited from something that Biden and the Democrats are for, and something that Trump and the Republicans are against. So it takes a lot of nerve or either a lot of stupidity for you to call up every radio station that you can to get some people to cheer you on because you caught up in a quest for to be liked and have people saying your name. It takes a lot of nerve or a lot of stupidity for you to get up here and to say the stuff that you're saying, pushing Donald Trump. Because what if one of these people who is now a twin fan, what if they say, you know what? A twin has convinced me that I'm going to vote for Trump. And it's against their best interest. And he said Biden ain't did nothing for him. And he said Biden ain't did nothing for black people. But, you can count something tangible that he has done, and we all know it. So that's why I've been on Twin, because he can't explain how he can come on here. It's just ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? Black people didn't used to be like that. Somebody do something for you, give you something, and then you turn around, you ain't did nothing for me. You ain't did nothing for our people. That's just a lie.
I think
I will get on the.
I think it's more of a perception thing, because I think people, Twin and maybe more than Twin, people look at government. I'm gonna call them government subsidies. People look at government subsidies, and they don't think about it in terms of the political ramifications of it. Like, he don't think about the fact that if Trump had his way, there wouldn't have been any insurance there, or there wouldn't be any assistance there for that. He just figures it's there, so I got it, but you don't attribute that to Biden or Obama or Trump or nobody. In a lot of people's minds, it's there, I got it, nobody gave it to me, it just exists. And so it wasn't a Democratic thing, it wasn't a Republican thing, it's just a their thing.
But, okay, in general, I would buy that. But how could this guy, if we're talking specifically about Twin, how can Twin call and jump in all these political conversations? The man on the street might have that or a woman, the man or woman on the street who don't listen to all these shows and podcasts or whatever, don't, get them. I could see that on them. I can't buy that for Twin. I just think, well, I've already made my view. I think the guy I think, he likes people saying his name. He was caller of the year on Lincoln Ware, and as a lot of people say, so what? You know what I'm saying? I think a guy like Twin, I done went from being a worker in Kroger who nobody knew my name to now people know my name. And so I'm just going to keep saying the most outrageous stuff, even if it's ridiculous, even if it's harmful, even if I'm encouraging people to vote against their own interests. I'm just going to do this because I like that glow that I get, from having people know my name and speak my name. And I just think it's something bad about that. He's like he's like a male version of the person with low self-esteem, the woman who get on and showing her booty and twerking or whatever. And people say, well, why are you doing that? You know, she said, well, don't worry about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Worry about yourself. I ain't doing nothing wrong. No, technically, you ain't doing nothing illegal, but it's something to be said about you doing what you're doing. And Twin is basically, he's doing a radio or a telephone version of twerking. And Twin, I don't want to see you twerking no more. Get yourself together. And I think he needs to knock it off. So that was my piece of advice or giving him a piece of my mind. And I think that was all I had. I wanted to say something about abortion, but I'll say that for another day.
Yeah, I don't have time. I got 7 minutes. I got to get out of here.
All right.
Marquetta, you don't have the facts on your side. You do conflate your opinions with facts and data. And Emanuel was nice enough, but he tore you up yesterday. And I hope that spanking goes a long way. And you get your act together, too. All right, man. Peace.
All right. Twin.
What's up, young blood?
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Why you let him come on here act a donkey like that? I know that's your baby brother. You the old.
He's actually older than I am. But...
All right. You should have checked your big brother, man. Put some respect on Twin name, man. Don't do that. You come on here, I don't know this, I don't know that. First of all, I'm a gangster, man. I'm a gangster about everything. I'm not into no damn politics. I don't care less who wins. And for the fact of it, if they really want to really get rid of all that stuff, they should have been did that with Reagan and Bush, and the Bushes was in the office. Just because you try to figure me out, you really want to know my history and everything, my background and everything, don't you, Nate? Just come out, because it sounds like, you know how you said it, I ain't gonna call you B word and all that, but you know how you said that B word to people and all that a couple of weeks ago, Emmanuel?
Yeah.
That's how he acted right now. Sound like a girl move what he just did. Some hating stuff. I know that's your brother. You might think.
No. Just,
just twin this. Twin. No, don't be extra now. Twin this. Twin that. I'm not no politician guy, man.
What did he do? You said it was some girl stuff. What he did. What did he do? That's all I'm asking.
Now there you go, blocking. I know you part of the League Clan.
I'm giving you the opportunity to say what you feel like he did that was wrong.
I'm not gonna build my blood pressure up like Ron did, whatever. But you know what he did. The way he was sounding and everything. Twin this, twin that. He this, twin that. Twin hype people up. Think since he the call of the year. So what? You want to be call of the year? Just call me. Sound like you hating this stuff, being extra, man, like your big late baby brother. Man, I don't understand that. That's some hating stuff, man. What he just did. Whatever. You worry about what my baby mamas get wicked and all that. So what? If I pay for it, I'm a taxpayer, right? I pay for it. Then you get it back in the day. You wasn't born with no silver spoon in your mouth. Come on, man. You probably was. Whatever. But you coming at me, I'm not no politician guy. So ain't nobody provoking me and anything persuade me to, you need to go Democrat or you need to go Republican. I'm going by what I see now. And I see a bunch of bullshit going in the game to me. And if it come down to it, if it came down to it today, hell yeah, I go for Trump. And can't nobody change my mind about it, man. That's how I feel about it. Just like he said when you said earlier, when he said put bleach in the thing and all that, and then he said you ain't black, you ain't vote for me. I took that offensive a little bit. I'm like, what are you talking about? But they know Trump a joke, man. Come on, man.
He was not joking when he said that, Twin.
Man, yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. He was as serious as he could be.
Man, he was joking, man. Come on, man.
He was not joking.
Trump joked about the disabled kids and all that.
Twin.
I mean, he said something about them. And
Trump was not joking. He was serious.
I don't even like talking to you, really, because you extra, man. You can't nobody even get nothing through your head because you think you know everything.
He was not joking.
Brother,
I'm telling you, he wasn't joking.
Oh, you probably was go try it too anyway.
He was
Well,
suggesting
so
to the doctors that they try it. Yes.
you have been a damn fool if they would have tried that pussy. I seen somebody 6 years ago at Kroger, and I know what the bleach did to him. They carried his little goofy butt out here on the stretch. He was in there. I really stopped. I was pumping his chest. He drunk some bleach. This is before Corona though. He drunk some bleach, and I had to go hurry up and get some milk and stuff. What was the closest thing to me? Some milk off the front end, and I had helped him out. I'm like, hold on, the ambulance coming. He wanted to look. Well, he's kind of a little mental or whatever, but I guess he wanted to go to the Lewis Center or something. He drunk some bleach, but was pumping him. I mean, he's still alive in that. I've seen him and stuff, but he's still alive. But it was crazy though.
But I just want you hold on. If you walk away with nothing else from this conversation, Donald Trump was not joking when he suggested that the doctors try injecting people with disinfectant to get rid of the coronavirus. He was not joking.
If you feel like he wasn't joking, he wasn't joking. But to me, he seemed like he was joking. So, I mean, Donald Trump ain't really no politician. Man, he about money. And they got mad because he was go fix some things, putting Turks on people and everything else. He was go turn this thing around so people can't knock him on everything. Right now, I don't see nothing shaking from the Democrats. And it makes it so bad. The people in Chicago mad at him because the stuff they doing, man, with this illegal stuff. Immigrants and all that, man. So right now, if it was come down today, hell yeah, I'll go for Trump. And y'all can't get mad at me who I'll vote for. You might like fake girls, I might not. So I don't care you go mess with that fake girl. You can't get mad because I said I ain't gonna mess with that fake girl. I might not like big women. You might like it, so you can't get mad at me. We still gonna be homies and all, but you can't get mad at me for what I like.
I am not mad that you like big women.
I didn't say that. I said if I'm with a guy, something like my guy say, hey man, let's call that fake girl. I said, man, I don't mess with fake girl. And he go off on me for what? Because I won't mess with fake girl? You can't get mad at me. I don't like big women. So you can't get mad just like now. You can't get mad if I don't vote for Biden.
I'm not mad either way. I'm not mad either way.
Evidently, them clowns on Lincoln Well, especially that one, I can't wait to eat up 21 Questions tomorrow. I'm going to eat him alive. You going to learn to keep my name out your mouth, you little pussy. I'm going to definitely call him out. Watch. They probably banned me for the show. I don't care. I ain't been banned from nowhere. What?
I said I hope not.
But
I gotta run.
No, you running now, huh? You let your brother get to walk
I
thing.
told y'all I got to go at 5 o'clock. I got somewhere to be at 5:30. I'll let you say what you want to say.
Ain't got nothing to do with God. You ain't got to go nowhere, man.
Who said it ain't got nothing to do with God?
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. But you tell your brother we still cool or whatever, man. But you stop that hating, man, because it sounded like he was hating, and you know he was hating too. Man, I know that's your brother and his love and all that, but he was on some hate stuff.
I'll tell him.
Twin that. You can email him however y'all be connected. All right, man.
All right, Twin.
I'll let you, man. Be safe, man.
You do so. All right, that was Twin. Y'all, I got to get out of here. I got somewhere to be. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. I try to be fair. I let people say what they got to say. And it is what it is. And trust me, Nate is a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to defend Nate. Nate can defend Nate. Probably much better than I can defend Nate. So, yeah, that is what that is. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Get out and enjoy some of this weather if you can, if you feel like it. Get some vitamin D. That's what they say. The sun. Is that what the sun? You absorbing vitamin D. Ladies, go get some vitamin D. Until the next time, if you're out and about enjoying some vitamin D, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.